Dear students, today we will continue with parts of computer system. Yesterday I had sent some notes. In the last page there is a thing called parts of computer system, and in that there are four parts commonly we can mention: hardware, software, user and data. Hardware, software, user and data. These are called parts of computer system. Computer system in the sense when we take everything related to computer. In that way we will say parts of computer system. Hardware, as you already know, the physical parts of computer system. I have explained it previously. And then the software, which is nothing but set of programs or set of instruction to make one specific task. Then the user, the person who works with the computer, that means who will make use of hardware and software, is called user. Then data. The data is what we will provide it to computer, what we will give it to the computer, that is called data. I have explained all those things in the previous class. But just for the reference, parts of computer system are these four. Now today I will take software. Software means, as I said, set of programs, and program is set of instruction. So indirectly we can call it as a set of instructions are nothing but software, or the instruction to activate or to make use of hardware or computer is called software. There are commonly three types of softwares. One is called system software, and second one is called service software, and third one is called application software. Okay, even some people will say like system software, application software and utility software. Utility software. In your book it is mentioned like that way. So that only I will take. System software, utility software and application software. What the system software is? The software which we will use to interact or to activate the computer is called system software. Best example is, as you commonly know, to work with computer we need Windows, and Windows is a operating system, and that operating system we will call it as a system software. One thing. Along with that, as I explained earlier, we need firmware. Firmware means the BIOS instructions. In computer there are instructions to check all the devices are connected or not. Those things we will call it as a firmware, and those firmware also we will call it as a system software. Okay, but commonly known system software is operating system. I will explain about that operating system in your another subject. There is Unix operating system subject is there, and in that I will explain what the operating system is, what are different types of operating system, all those things. Okay, and then utility software. The software which is meant for one specific purpose. Okay, maybe specific purpose in the sense, in computer, along with computer, we will use antivirus software, and that antivirus is to remove the virus from the computer, as well as we will use some software to activate the computer. Maybe for example, we will use some hard disk utilities to make use of our computer, maybe to make partitions in a computer hard disk, and that type of thing we will call it as a utility software. Application software, the software which is only for one purpose, one specific purpose. We will call it as application software. Mainly for one specific purpose. That is called application software. Maybe for example games, to play game. Maybe for MS Word, to draft the letter or reports. And Excel, maybe for worksheet or to make some calculations. And typing tutor, maybe for the typing practice. All those things we will call it as a application software. In this way there are three types of softwares: system, utility and application software. Next we will continue with input devices. Input devices, the data or instructions we will give it to computer or CPU by using input devices. Okay, input device is to give the data and then the CPU converts that data and takes it in understandable format. As you know, the common format for the computer is binary number system, that is 0 and 1. And whatever things you are giving to the computer, that will be converted to binary format, 0 and 1. Okay, and in your notes what I have sent, in that I have mentioned what that byte is. Bit means binary digit, shortly called bit, and 8 bits will make 1 byte, and 1 byte is nothing but 1 character, and set of 1024 bytes will make 1 kilobyte, 1024 kilobytes will make 1 megabyte, 1024 megabytes will make 1 gigabyte, 1024 gigabytes will make 1 terabyte. Okay, and GB and MB commonly we are using nowadays. MB, TB and GB we are using commonly to measure the memory. Okay, that is called measurement unit of a memory. Input devices are many. To mention some, maybe keyboard, mouse, and then OCR, optical character reader, OMR, optical mark reader, magnetic ink character reader. Okay, example, barcode reader. Commonly in the shopping malls, to read price or maybe serial number of a product, they will use barcode reader, and that is nothing but MICR, magnetic ink character reader. And along with that there will be scanner. To scan photo or images, we will use scanner. Then light pen, which is used to mark the information on a screen, as well as directly on the screen you can do the drawing. Earlier with the mobile also there was a light pen type of device. And then gamepad. This is pad with buttons, by that you can play games. Gamepad. And then joystick. This is also for games. And then graphic tablet. Okay, and then card reader. To read the memory card, we will use card reader. In memory there may be information. To transfer the information from mobile to computer or computer to mobile, you can go for card reader. First we will see keyboard. Keyboard is to enter characters, numbers, commonly we'll call it as a alphanumeric characters or special characters, okay, to a computer. And keyboard, earlier there was a 83 keys keyboard, and then it was modified as 104 keys keyboard, then 110 keys keyboard, 114 keys keyboard. In this way, even nowadays there will be multimedia keyboards. That means along with keys there will be multimedia function keys. By that directly you can start the speaker, you can reduce the volume, you can increase the volume. Those things are available nowadays. Those are called multimedia keyboards. There are different parts in the keyboard: alphanumeric keys, modifier keys, numeric keypad, function keys, and the cursor movement keys, and then special keys. Alphanumeric keys, alphabets and numbers, are in the first part. Okay, and those things we will call it as a alphanumeric keys. Modifier keys like Alt, Control, Escape, these things we will call it as a modifier keys. And then numeric keypad. On one side there will be keypad with only numbers and cursor movement keys, and then plus, minus, multiplication, division, and enter. That will act like equal to. That means the numeric keypad will act like one type of calculator. That means if there are any calculation has to be done, then directly you can use that numlock key, and that is numeric keypad. Function keys. There are some function keys for special purpose. Maybe for example, just by pressing F1 you can take the help in any application. F2 is for some purpose. Maybe in some application you can rename by using F2. F1, F2, like this way up to F12. Those are function keys at the top row. And then cursor movement keys. To move, maybe left, right, top, bottom. Then there are cursor movement keys. Along with that there will be page up, page down, page up, page down, home key, end key. All these things we will call it as a cursor movement key. Okay. Why it is called cursor? Cursor means the presence of keyboard in a screen we can identify by I or maybe equal to these type of things. If you have Windows, maybe in MS Word, it shows I. Or when we are typing, it shows equal to. It shows the presence of a keyboard. And that presence of a keyboard we will come to know by the help of cursor. That's why the name cursor. Cursor means the keyboard's presence we can find out on a screen by using this cursor. So cursor movement keys. And then special keys, special character keys, maybe $, then hash symbol, all those things we can take by using shift, and there will be a number key, alphanumeric keys. In alphanumeric key there will be number row, and in that by holding shift key you can take special characters. Okay, in this way there are 6 common types, 5 or 6 common types in the keyboard. Thank you students. We will continue the other things in the next class.